I can't hear you, bro.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Gonna let some people get some time to get up in here real quick.
Yeah, no doubt.
How you been?
I'm good, man. Just taking it easy, man. That's it. How about yourself?
Long day at work, man.
I know, I know.
Long
I
day at
spoke
work.
I spoke to JR earlier, man. He said, "Yeah, he got me on my birthday." Yeah, he said he
Yep.
got me birthday. Did you get the other joints? I sent a couple of casts to you. I got
Yeah. Butcher hit me back.
okay. Static ain't hit you up either.
Not yet.
Okay, they hit you up. I think
Static from Philly.
nah, Static from up New York. He's actually from the BX.
Okay.
He's a DJ and shit, but he makes beats too. He did a lot of stuff. He did stuff with Redman and stuff. Then my man Funk said he was gonna hit you.
I
That's
know
crazy.
Funkster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Funk, that's my guy. And I spoke to Praise, and he told me you right down the block for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Praise my guy, man. That's my guy too. Yeah, I spoke to him earlier. He's doing some things, man. He wanted me to check out before. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hit him back.
Yeah, man. This gonna be a good interview, man.
And you know what's so crazy? One of the guys in town.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, when we talked about it in the room, homeboy, I told you I worked with before he was known. He's actually down here now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's down here.
Wow.
Y'all, well, I thought you was in New York, man. So you know Knots and all them then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Daryl and all them. It's my peoples too. I'm surprised we never bump heads, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait, were you around when well, you probably were when DV alias Christ was down
Yeah,
there.
Bryce is the one that introduced me to them. Yeah, I've been out here. That's when they was calling themselves Teamsters, man. I've been down
Yeah.
for a while. Yeah, that's when Bink was running with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been around. I just been low key, man. But I've been actually running back and forth to New York at that time. But yeah, I was around.
Who was the dude? I think he was around y'all back then. He did what's the song he did for 50 Cent?
Which one?
He did Disco Inferno. What's his name?
Disco Inferno. Who the hell is? Let me see.
Hold on. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same thing. But you know, I know all them cats too. They call themselves us. Bruce Wayne. I'm saying Chris Styles and all that. I know all them cats too. You know, I'm from East New York, originally from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, man. I just be low key with it, man. But yeah, I know Bang Out, my man Phil. Shout out to Phil. That's Bang Out. He did um Window Shopper. I think he did. Yeah, I think Phil
Okay,
from
so Wikipedia is saying Dangerous did it, but I thought it was somebody else.
Dangerous.
Uh yeah, somebody named Dangerous.
I think that's Chris Styles in them, man. I think Chris. Yeah, I think that's Chris Styles in them because he had a team of producers. Like I knew all them cats when they used to have a group called Us. It was Bruce Wayne. It was Animal Steel. It was
Bruce Wayne from Midi Mafia.
I knew him before he was Mini Mafia, but my man Karan, you know what I'm saying? Q45 is my guy too. Yeah, I know all them cats, man. Bruce Wayne and them. Bruce Wayne, they was down with a group. It was mad at them. They was down with a group called Us. It was Animal Steel, Bruce Wayne, his brother Debo, Chris, Paris, female Paris. That was 50 was rocking with. She was down with them too. It was a whole bunch of them. And then Wayne went off and started doing beats. He was doing beats still, but he was doing a lot of futuristic joints. You know? And then what happened
Mm.
was, I guess later on, he got met up with Dirty Swift, and they called himself Mini Mafia. But yeah,
So many dudes named Swifts out here, man.
yeah, I know, man.
Too
You
many
know how
Swifts
long?
out.
But the only one at the time that I knew that I actually knew was Rob. Rob
Okay.
Swift, Execution.
Yeah.
He was the only one that I knew, and that's how me and him, bump heads or whatever. But I mean, when I mean bump heads, it wasn't bad. It was just like, okay, Swift. But that's why I put mine with a Z. You know what I'm saying? I
Got
always
it.
felt it different like that because cats would be on some, oh man, you Swift, and then the dude from Far Side, you know what I'm saying? He calling it so Swift. So a lot of times I have done records and they was thought it was him because I look up Wikipedia. I'm like, he ain't do that joint. I did that joint. And they be like, yeah, produced.
Oh man. Yeah, Wicked. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah. When I actually the Jinx joint, the first Jinx joint I did with Pap on it, they thought he did. I'm like, nah, I did that joint, man. Yeah, so
Get it
yeah, I got a
right.
lot of
So
history, man. We might not have enough time, man.
yeah, we got my man on in the comments, JB Swift out of the D.
Oh, see, he's a mad switch, man.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's talk about East New York. I've been to East New York once.
Oh, okay,
But it was within the last 3 years. So it wasn't like the heyday of, East New York, like 90s East New York.
right.
So
Yeah,
talk about growing up in East New York and how you got into music.
man, East New York is something, man. That's a different breed. Uh, when I was younger, um, I was always influenced by music, though. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I was a DJ, and it was one of my good friends. His name was Jose, and Jose, he's a little bit more advanced than me. At this time, I think my name wasn't even Jay Swift. I think my name was like Jay Ski or something. And this is probably when I was like 8 or 9, maybe 10. My man Jose, he used to come to my crib. You know what I'm saying? And he was backspinning and all that. So I wasn't even doing none of that stuff. And this is, as time went on, I had moved from where I used to live. I used to live on Miller Avenue. And when I moved from Miller Avenue, I moved to the Bamas, what we call the Bamas now, which is, 580 Sutter Avenue is where I'm from. Growing up, man, the jams, I think for me, I was holding down my area because the stuff that I was doing, nobody wasn't doing it. Like the old school Vinny V and all them cats, God bless the soul. Them cats was the ones that actually influenced me because there was more going to the jams, the big speakers and all that, and I was enthused by that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what is this? And they were just needle dropping, backspinning, and all this type of stuff. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. So as time went on, I started meeting other DJs, and these cats was like way advanced than me. Like I was, because I ain't had nobody that I was actually practicing with. So everything I was learning, I would learn off of DMC DJ competition stuff, and I was like, oh,
Right.
stuff. So I was buying a whole bunch of. At this time, I was using the new music seminar DVDs. You know what I'm saying? VCR tapes. I was studying cats.
I remember those.
So one day, a good friend of mine, the guard Shabar, I was his DJ, and he was from Brownsville, and he took me to a place called the Heritage House in Brownsville. And a good friend of ours named Powerful, God bless his soul, he had a little studio up there, but he had a DJ that was impeccable. Like this guy was crazy. So, of course, I already held the crown down in my area. So anybody they would introduce me to, I'm like, yo, I'm ready to battle. They was like, yo, this cat right here, his name was Plastic Man. So I remember he's like, yo, man, I want you to battle my DJ. This is Powerful saying. And I was like, word, yo, bring him through. And I didn't even know Plastic Man was sitting right beside. I'm like, yo, next time you see he come, bring him through. I was cocky because everybody that I was bringing through, I was scoring. So he said, he right there. All right, go ahead, throw it on. So he gets up there, he do the Rock the Bells routine. And I'm like, oh, excuse my language. I was like, yo, shit, this nigga's on some other shit, man. Like, yo, what the hell, man? He was doing tricks and stuff, needle dropping. I mean, I was like, yo, my draw was like down here. So as time went on, he just started teaching me stuff. And that's how I found out about the X-Men. Not X-Men, the Superman. So that time it was Clark Kent. At the time it was Richie Rich, Clark Kent, Scratch, Plastic Man that I knew of at that time. But these cats was crazy. So again, and that's at the same time, I got introduced into production because Powerful had a studio. But back then the sample, the drum machine they was using like an 808 and all that. It wasn't really so much sampling, but later on it was sampling, man. But East New York, man, I'm that's home, man. Like I go home today and it's like it look like I never left there, man. But yeah,
When I think of East New York, I think of Blase Blas. Um,
yeah,
um,
Blase from up the hill. He's more from what we call the hill. He's it's not Brownsville because Brownsville where MOP is from is called the hill too. But he's more
okay,
from like what we call Highland, like Highland area. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
That's what more like where Little Dap and all them is from, like that area.
okay. So how did you get to production from DJing? I mean, honestly, it's a natural progression
Right.
for DJs to get into production, but how did you do it?
Well,
Or what was your step?
at the same time, I started at the beginning competitions and all that. It became boring because it was like it wasn't no excitement. Like it wasn't too much tricks you could do. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much you could do as a DJ. So production became my thing, and I already had mad records from DJing. But when I got into sampling, I was nice with it, and that's why the Garsha Bar gave me the name Swift. He's like, "Yo, you Swift, man. You nice. Like you pick up quick." So like I was telling you in the clubhouse joint, I was explaining to you like so I wanted like we had a crew back in the days, and I was probably the only producer. It was me, it was my man Amar, which at the time his name was Wiz. It was AZ, it was my man Gar Shabar, which is Shabar. Was Top Dollar, it was King Shahid, it was we had an ill crew, and I was like the only one that was doing everybody demos. So AZ, AZ been the same way how he had been now. He's really into himself and all that, you know what I'm saying? But he was nice. Um, the thing is with Abe was he had his own little style compared to everybody else. So everybody else had their own style, but and the crew, everybody was so nice. It was like, yo, but it was I think the swag of AZ was actually grabbed, his flow and all that. But what grab why he might not stand out is because of the fact that he's into clothes like women's like guys like that, and then um I guess he was introduced to Nas later on, but AZ always been nice, man. I'm saying he always been nice, but I actually thought that Amar was gonna be out before AZ because Amar was doing stuff with Jazz Player, you know what I'm saying, and he was already recording records, and then me and him put out records. A record called Escape from East New York. Then after that, we caught a little deal with Payday Records, and we released a single on there. It was called Melody Mac, and Across the Street from Project that was produced by DR. Period. So yeah, it's man, it's so much history, man. With this within just me telling the stories, like it's so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And you were saying you have those earlier AZ demo tapes.
Yep, I just talked to Amar about that earlier. We got they all on 4-track tapes. We still got them. We still
Wow.
got them. We still have them. We got them. We need. I could get them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. But nobody have a 4-track, so you're gonna have stuff all over the place if you ever try to play it on a regular. You know what I'm saying? Cassette deck. So yeah.
So so when AZ gets on Life's a Bitch, like you guys don't work with him anymore after that?
Well,
Or
Amar.
before that?
Amar worked with him. At that time, everybody started branching off doing their own thing. He had Amar, which was he had Amar running with him. You know what I'm saying? Well, when I mean running with him, he had him by the side. You know what I'm saying? When they was working together, so Amar was able to get joints on his album. He did We Can't Win and I think something else on his album, but I didn't participate in that. You know what I'm saying? I think at the time I already had moved out to Virginia. Plus, I was doing my own little thing. So yeah, that's why I ain't making on that project. But I
Okay.
ran into AZ a couple of times. He asked me for beats, man. But see, our rapport is different from a lot of people. So a lot of things he probably would do to other people that he won't do to me. So doing business, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to do that. I'm saying? I'd rather just get him a beat, like, yo, okay, we take care of things later. But nah, we didn't just ain't never work. I mean, like I say, he asked for beats, but we never solidify anything.
Okay. Uh, with that being said, AZ probably being so nice, like to me, he could have dropped as frequently as Nas.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Um, I'll tell you why.
Uh, tell us why.
Nah, so here's the thing. I think and I'm just being humble about what I'm saying. I just think A wasn't business minded at that time. I think he was more into solidify his career than worry more than try to put other people on. Um, what Nas did, Nas made sure his people ate as well, and A didn't do that. A had hitters. A had like his whole team that he had, you know, that we all came up with. He had some hitters. Like if these cats would have got on, I think AZ wouldn't he wouldn't have the publicity he has now. And I'm just being honest with you because these cats was monsters. Like, and that's why I said like if these cats was heard, nobody put in really probably check for AZ like that. And I think that probably was a smart move for him, but it was a bad move for everybody else because it felt like he just got on and just kind of shit it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the easy way I could say it. Like he just got on and just like I ain't put my niggas on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all get your own thing. But if he'd have put the team on, you know what I'm saying, would have been a different. It would, trust me, it would have been different. You would have heard about and Cash probably would still to this day be talking about the same cats that you know what I'm saying that if he would have put on these cats is crazy. You got Amar, you got Shabar, and the list goes on. And it's like these cats is monsters. You will hear about them. I'm working on some things. You'll hear about them.
Okay. So you moved down to 757
Mm-hmm.
or 804?
757.
757.
Mm-hmm.
MPC 2000? What you got?
Man, I got a shitload of equipment.
No, no, no.
at that time,
At that time.
ASR 10.
Okay.
ASR 10. Actually, I had both MPC 2000 and the
Oh,
ASR 10.
you was rich. Okay.
Man, I've been around, man. Yeah, but I had both, man. Yeah, I had the ASR 10 and I had the MPC 2000.
Okay. So you moved 757.
Mm-hmm.
Where you meet is that where you meet Trigger the Gambler? Who do you meet first? Knots?
I met Knots first.
You met
Well,
Knots
when I
first.
got down here, I already had a rapport with Trigger, Smooth, Christ, Ron Brecker, all these cats, DRP. I already had that. Like that's a story you can go back now. If you ask me those questions about how I met DR, then I could tell you explain that, and even that included PAPOOSE. But when I got down here, Christ had informed me of these cats because coming from being from New York, I didn't never expect Southern cats. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. Like when I came down, I first came down here, I tell you a story about I think I did share the story in the clubhouse about how I met my man Plex. Now I got a mutual friend with my man Plex. Um, he knew I was nice on the turntables. I was a battle DJ. So when I came down here, I guess he knew Plex was a battle DJ. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up, my man. I think my man will take you out. So I'm still cocky, young. Like, man, nobody taking me out. Besides Plastic Man and other cats, but anybody
Right.
taking me out down here in no VA. He's like, I'm gonna take you to his crib. So immediately we get to this tall dude crib, and he's like, yo, you spin? I'm like, yeah. He said, yo, you want battle? I said, you want? I said, what? He said, you want battle for $20? But you got to go first. All right. So I went through his records and I did my thing. And he just looked like, oh shit. Now I don't want to battle, man. I don't want to battle. And we became that was my man Plex. And Plex used to run with Iverson, Bubba Chuck. and that's he hate when I tell that story, but he wanted to battle me for $20, and I went first, and he that wasn't gonna happen. I the turntable was my thing, so yeah. But yeah, definitely MPC. And when I came out here, Christ told them about me. They invited me to a studio called Third Eye, which is my man Pete Twist. That was his studio, and
You
I
know
went up.
Twizzy?
Yeah, I know Twist. That's my guy. He live up that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my man.
yeah, he tell you he had the ASR 10 and all that off for Witch Net on Witch Duck.
He
Third
still
Eye.
got it.
Yeah, he got a
He
studio up there now, but he not down here.
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
my
He got the pet cemetery for old beat machines.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he does. I ain't speak to him in a minute, but that's my guy too. And that's when I first met Knots up there, and they knew about me, and they was like, "Oh shit, yeah, Christ told us about you." And it was connect. It was from there. Me and Daryl, we got a great relationship. I got a great relationship with their family. You know, like man, you know what I'm saying those are my guys.
uh, is this pre-Buster Knots when you're meeting him?
Yep, he had just had that Everybody Rise. He just had did that. He did that on the ASR 10.
Right.
And actually, he still was doing stuff in his mom's crib. Like he would go to Pete's studio. He would go to Pete's studio to record, but most of his beats he was doing in his crib. Yeah. Yo, what's up with
Wow.
these cats, man? These cats is bugging, man.
Yo, it's fucking spam, yo.
Yeah, these cats is crazy, man.
Nuts.
Word up, they
For
crazy.
real. Um, do you become one of the producers in that squad?
Yeah, I was yeah, I wasn't actually. I put it like this. I was basically asked to be a teamster at the time because I was running with them, but I didn't officially became a teamster. And the reason why I didn't officially became a teamster because of the fact that I was very business oriented too. So I was going with them to sell beats and stuff to New York. That's my hometown. So me and Daryl, which that's my good friend too, and he came to tell me, he's like, "Yo, man, I can't sign you, man. We got to do business together. You doing just as much as me." So that's how it was. But it's always love with those cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we I talk to Daryl, we chop it up. I don't speak to Nas as much, but when we do, it's all friendly and love, man. But yeah, so that's how the Teamster stuff came about, and then they started working on projects and names got changed and all that stuff, man. But yeah,
Yeah. I remember you know Re-Rock?
I probably know my face and name don't
He
ring a
used to
bell.
own the record store down there. I think it's called Lions Den. I
Nah,
think.
brother.
Okay. Um, I remember getting a DMP mixtape with like I think it had the Incredible Hulk's hands
Mhm.
on it. I
Mhm.
think like the MCs that were part of Knots' crew
Mhm.
were
Yeah, they
nuts. Those
fit.
dudes was
Boogie.
crazy.
Yeah, Boogie. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Those cats was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? The cats is dope. And see, and then Boogie. The thing with Boogie was, they called him Little G. And Smooth told me about him. Smooth was like, "Yo, my man down there, Little G, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you link up with him." And that was Little G was Boogie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, I've been around, man. Trust me, I've been around for a while, man. And my son actually been around too. I had him going to studios and stuff like me. That's why I knew that um, he was gonna go into the music because I had him around, man. I had him around Flavor Flav, Buster, all them cats, man. That's my little dog, man. JR, that's my little dog. I had him with me. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be in bed. I got him in the studio 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff, man. That's my little bro. You know what I'm saying? My son, man. So I knew, but because when I used to work with my cousin A1, I had a studio set up. He'd be in his little room doing beats. I'm like, I ain't paying this little dude no attention. And I give you a quick story. Um, one of my homies, I didn't even know he was using JR Swift. So one of my homies had hit me up. He's like, yo, JR is crazy. JR Swift is crazy. So I'm like, who the hell is J.R. Swift? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's another Swift? And I goes on Instagram and find out who J.R. Swift, and it's my son, because he never told me. He hid it. He never told me. I said, nice. And I called him like, yo, you ain't tell me you. And that's what happened. Serious. Like I didn't. And the thing is, I didn't even teach him anything. I tried to when he was using FL Studio when it was called Fruity Loops. I used to try to get him on the MP. He would not touch it. I tried to get him on ASR. He would not touch it. Now guess what? Yo, Pops, let me get your ASR, man. But yeah, he been around, man. You know, I'm definitely a proud father, man. He been around a lot of cats too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it was easy influence. He been around my man. Shout out to my man Cooch. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's family too. He him my man, God bless the soul, my man Living Proof. They called themselves what the hell they called themselves? They was calling themselves Tomb Heads. You know what I'm saying? Tomb Heads. Those are my cats, man. You know,
Okay.
me Cooch.
So let's go. How did you meet? Let's go back. How did you meet Dr. Period?
All right, so my man Shaheed, King Shaheed, shout out to King Shaheed for Brownsville. Shaheed had told me about a producer named Daryl D. So, you know, he said, yo, Daryl D, the one that did How About Some Hardcore. So at this time, you know, he takes me, introduced me to Daryl D. So I go to Daryl D crib, you know, nice little sit up, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, yo, dude got some stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I played him some joints, he played some stuff. Then I brought my man Amar, at the time his name was Wiz, and he came through, and I told him about DR and all that. So we used to go to Daryl D crib and all that. That's Daryl D is DR period. Later on he changed the name to DR period. So we goes over there, we vibing, you know what I'm saying? He got a nice little setup. He did MOP stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Later on, like I was telling you, we caught a little deal with Payday Records. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jay with the Damager. We needed somebody to mix the joint. You know, we wanted the big sound and all that. And then we wanted another track. You know what I'm saying? Payday gave us a deal. So I did the main joint was called Melody Mac. And DR wound up doing a remix on the same record, you know what I'm saying, which he used the same elements of the original joint, just kind of did some little stuff, and that became that. And then what happened after that was he gave us a single, a B side was called Across the Street from the Projects, and that's how we developed a relationship. You know what I'm saying? DR, he said, yo, you got some shit, dude. Yo, we need a collab. So by this time, DR got a bunch of MCs. He got DVL is Christ, he got Trigger the Gambler, he got Smooth the Hustler, he got PAPOOSE, he got Snipe, he got a bunch of MCs down there, but he needed help. So me and DR developed a relationship. Then I started bringing people I know, and that's what I brought my man Cooch. You know what I'm saying? Two Heads. Later on, Proof was already working with DR. You know what I'm saying? Proof, you know, they was tight. Cats go down there, bang they beats out. We used to have beat battles down there, you know what I'm saying? And me and DR had a beat battle, you know. DR tore me up, and that just encouraged me to come back. And the next time we battle, I tore him up. He'll tell you this. He told the story in Clubhouse. He's like, yeah, he got me. He got me. You know what I'm saying? He tell anybody the story. And ever since then, we just developed, you know, a tight relationship. But then as time went on, I wound up discovering JINX. And when I discovered JINX, I used to bring JINX down there to the studio, you know, because JINX was only 13 years old. He was going around spitting cats' head off. I'm like, yo, battle my little man. You know what I'm saying? And they be looking at him like, yo, this little dude, man. And when they hear it, like, yo, this little cat is nice. So that's how JINX wound up going down there. And what happened was there's a record distributor people in Long Island, which is called Unique Distributors.
Mm-hmm.
I wound up catching a little P&D deal over there with them. And when I caught the P&D deal with them, I put out a record with JINX. And at this time, PAPOOSE was in development stage with DR. He was always nice. Like, Pat was crazy. But I think what DR was trying to do was trying to do things in stages. Like, he wanted to put his main duels out, which was, you know what I'm saying, Smooth the Hustler and then Trigger. And then DVL. So Pat was kind of still developing and all that. So I take it upon myself. I'm like, yo, listen, man, yo, you nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get you on the joint. He's like, all right, let's do it. So we all met up. We went to my man's studio in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? My man Lunatic. And that's how we did JINX single. You know what I'm saying? That situation became a little crazy because people got in their low feelings and all that behind that because they had some other things planned for Pat, but I guess at the time Pat was like, yo, son, I'm ready to rock. So I used to take Pat with me to the record labels and all that. Like that was my little homie. So we developed a great friendship. You know what I'm saying? Then from that, I introduced PAPOOSE to a great friend of mine that passed away too. You might have even heard of him. His name was Born True. Born True was behind Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? And I introduced Pap to Born True, and they became tight. You know what I'm saying? And after Born passed away, Pap just kind of like did his own thing because I had moved back to Virginia. Because I had moved back to New York, then I moved back to Virginia. So Pat was pretty much on his own. And before I knew it, he was running with K Slay and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. So I had some questions about your first deal with Payday. Did you go to Payday with the records and got the deal, or did you know someone at Payday, or was that hooked up through J. Rue?
Well, nah. So what happened was, we knew Jay Wu because Jay Wu lived across the street from. He lived around the corner from me, and but he was signed to Payday Records. Shout out to Dino Devalle. And what happened was, I think that we had Melody Mac already. I think we went up there, and I think Dino heard it and took it to Patrick Moxie and all that, and they wanted to do a deal with us for a single. And at this time, like I said, we had a rapport with J. Rule, the Damager, and then he was like, "Yo, man, y'all got to go a show, man. Won't y'all come with us?" So we went on the road with J. Rule and everything.
Wow. All right. So yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because you went straight to JINX to JUVIE. This is before he gets affiliated with Kool Rap. The JINX to JUVIE.
I don't want to bring him to G Rap. I don't want to bring him at Pap. And there's another cat that used to be down with us. His name Ike for Diamond. I brought all of them to G Rap. Actually, I brought before them. There was another crew. These other cats that was down. I brought the G Rap with my man Un and Bar Shaw. They was from Brownsville. But the thing is, with Un and Bar Shaw, matter of fact, if you listen to AZ's first album, my man Bar Shaw is on there on the song called We Can't Win. But see, people think it's AZ because he got the same type of. These was actually AZ hitters. These are AZ hitters. Like these were AZ young dudes. But these cats was crazy too. Un and Bar Shaw. So when I introduced them to G Rap, they were supposed to do, this. They supposed to have did some work together, and then, of course, some other stuff happened with G and Eric B and all that. That's some other stuff that happened, but they kind of all separate and did their own thing. Later on, I bought JINX, Pap, and I Get for Diamond to G because G that was my dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it started. And then on that album that they was working on, the Roots of Evil album, I suppose I had been on that joint, but I didn't make the album. So that's how Pat was actually discovered, not for only just JINX joint, because the JINX joint was the one that let G Rap like, yo, this cat Pap is nice. So that's how everything came while G Rap heard it, because I took the record to G and G heard it. He's like, yo, bring them cats through. And that's how Home Sweet Funeral Home was developed.
Oh man. You brought JINX to G Rap and didn't get a beat on the album.
Nah, well, because what it is, I had a relationship with G like this. I would bring samples to G. I would bring songs to G and all that. Like, not songs, but beats and all that. When GB said he's going to use them, but I guess for what he was trying to do with his album, it didn't make it. So G got a lot of uncut stuff, even from, not just from me, from other producers that he never put out. I heard joints that nobody ever heard from G Rap. And I'm like, yo, why you ain't put this on the album? You know what I'm saying? And he never put them out. G got a lot of stuff. He got this joint called Mac Daddy Convention. That's crazy. Like, if Cass would have heard that, that's crazy. And I still talk about that joint to this day when I do see G. But G got a lot of unreleased stuff that he never put out. And it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But some things just don't make the album.
Right. PAPOOSE. I have to be honest. I've never been a huge fan of PAPOOSE. I think he tries to fit too many syllables in a verse. Like I'm not a big fan of that.
Right.
But I have liked some of his later stuff. The
Right.
earlier stuff I didn't like the alphabet song.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked that.
Well, if you would have heard the original, you would have liked the original. So a lot of stuff
Okay.
that probably had did prior after I left back down to Virginia, like the original alphabetical slaughter that he did with DR period was crazy. I didn't like the one he did with K Slade. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay. What
I just gave Pat the Nasarima Dream album that Pat had supposed to have released. I had that album way before it was even thought about because he was screaming that title for years. But a lot of stuff that Proof had did and a lot of stuff that DR period had did, he didn't use. So when I heard the new American Nasarima Dream, I wasn't happy about it because for one, I felt like Pat was more hungrier when I was still in New York and we had our own little squad. I think Pat people thought that Pat lost it when everybody went their own way. JINX did his own thing. I even did this. Like I left, so it was Pat was pretty much left for himself. So a lot of people thought that he lost his sound because a lot of mixtapes he kept doing was sounding a lot of like even his album was sounding like mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't change anything. But Pap is a dope lyricist, man. Like I think with the right type of beats, man, I think Pap would have, and I
yeah.
know for a fact Pap
He
would have.
definitely has to have the right beats.
Right. I think his selectors of beats it might make him look like he don't know what he's doing. But yeah, if me like cause me serious now I'm not even saying that being funny. Like I got a joint right now that I did with Pap, white label joint. My man Born True put out, and nobody probably even heard it. It's called Do Me. It's probably on YouTube. It's called Do Me. I did that joint with Pap. I didn't mix it though, but I had some joints that I did with Pap, and he just another joint he did, which was my cousin's joint, was called Cole's Caskets. That was my cousin A1 song, but Pap used it and it was cool because he was featuring on it, and I think I was taking too long with it, so it was cool.
What was your first major placement that you consider major?
Man, I consider all my stuff major.
Yeah.
Nah, but uh, let me see. I don't know. It's hard, man. I gotta actually sit back and think about some things. I know I did a remix for Will Smith that I thought was gonna actually go through, but it didn't go through. Trackmasters. Shout out to them cats too, because I was running with my man Poke. Poke that's my guy. This is this again, it's history. This before 50 even blow. I was there. You know what I'm saying? But Pocono was actually looking for somebody to do a remix. So my man Tom Marchand, which is Foxy's older brother, I used to be up Interscope all the time. And he's like, yo, man, I got something for you. And I said, what's up? He said, yo, I need you to remix this joint, man. I got the vocals and all that. So I went home and remixed, and they liked it, but I don't and never fell through. I guess Tone and them just went a different direction about a different way. So yeah. But my
All
first
right.
placement, man, it's hard to say, man, because I would have to actually go back and say do some things.
So I guess what was your most memorable placement or your favorite? Or you don't have one?
I have a favorite. I consider all my stuff. Dang, man, my most probably.
So if you were to walk into a studio and someone says,
What have done?
what have you done? What's your resume of beats? Who would you say first?
Probably G-Rap.
Okay.
I would say G-Rap. Then I would say Pap. Probably Will Smith. Who else? It's a bunch of stuff, man. I got underground stuff too. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, man. Honestly, man, it's hard to say. I just like doing music. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have a favorite. Some things that I do like that I have done and actually is working on right now. They very touching me because either for a specific reason why it's touchy is because of the fact that maybe somebody might have passed away that I did a song with, feature
Mhm.
whatever, man. But yeah, I love everything I did. Some things I'm just like, okay, it wasn't about the money. I just did it on the strength.
Who did you work with in VA? What
And
artist did you work with in VA?
Key Turner, but she don't live here anymore. Key Turner, my cousin A1 ain't from the VA, from New York. Um, it's funny that you asked me that. I can't. I can't. It's oh I would say I work with Cutlass Reed, which is he used to call himself Black and Decker.
Uh, did you work with Quan?
Nah, I didn't work with Quan. I know Quan. He was one of my little cousin. Nah, I didn't work with
Okay.
Quan.
Okay.
I didn't work with Quan.
Um, the guy we were talking about on Clubhouse, he lives in Atlanta now. Tall basketball player, rapping. Um,
What's his name?
Shot Stimuli.
Oh,
Did
oh
you
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
didn't you do some work with him?
Nah, I know him though. I know him.
Okay.
I know him. JR is crazy.
Right.
You only the greatest because you came from the greatest, homeboy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Daddy talking.
yeah. That's my pride and joy, man. That's my firstborn, man. So he was able to get to see experience a lot of things that my other children didn't get to experience, as far as musically wise. But yeah, that's my little ride or die right there. But
What was the so when you
yeah, you sound like that sounds
you
crazy.
so when you're making a beat,
Hmm.
obviously you're sampling.
Sometimes, most of the
Okay.
time, sample, but I can't play
Right. What
hmm
do you play?
keyboard. I'm trying
Okay.
to learn bass now, but yeah.
Um what is your favorite what's your go-to section in the record store?
Yo, that's dope. Drums, man. Drums.
You going to the rock section?
I go well. All drums don't come from
Cuz
the rock sessions, but um, probably if it's not rock, I will probably go to the soul. I go to soul. I wish I had my collection here, man, because my collection is crazy. But I got them all categorized. Like I got drums, I got sample, I got jazz samples, I got all types of samples, man. But when I go dig, I usually go like when I was doing it heavenly. I had a crew. You know what I'm saying? Me, this cat named Latif. Latif.
hold up.
Yeah, I do
La,
know
La,
Latif.
Latif that did the Onyx song?
Yeah, I know Latif. And Latif, you're a dirty dude. You still got some of my albums, man. I want them back.
He still got my S950. That dude is dirty.
Yo,
Do
he
not let
very
Latif into your crib, bro. You'll
yo,
have
he steal
missing
all your
records.
records, man, and tell you got it. Yo, you got this, man. Yeah, cause you took it from me.
Man, let me tell you about Latif, man. Latif went to a record store. It was a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Him and another guy. I forgot the other guy's name. But
Who,
they,
Brian?
they huh?
Brian?
No, it was down here in Maryland. Cause Latif
Yeah, down.
he used to
Yeah.
bounce at a club that I DJ'd at.
Man, Latif, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So
So you
so
can't
so
say things
so
I don't need to be saying. But
we
go
I didn't know about his thievery until I went digging with him.
Oh yeah, a lot of my records came from Latif.
We go in this record store, it's snowing outside. He grabs, I don't know what drum break it is. This record had to be like $40.
hmm
It's a sealed copy or something. Takes it, flings it out the window. Like he So after about 30 minutes, we go to the side of the building. He got like 40 records on the side of the side of the building that he done flung out the window.
Yeah, let me tell you what this guy used to do. And he know all the digging places. This is no lie, I can't make this up. I probably said about 40% of my albums came from messing around with Latif. He's like, yo, let's go digging. Go digging. You know, I'm got my little change saved up. This dude grabs piles of records like this. He used to always have a bag. I still got this. Right, matter of fact, to this day, the same bag that Latif used to steal records with, I got to this day. It's right in my storage. And he used to take this bag because it looked like a mail bag, and it had flaps over it. So he would put all the records in there and put a newspaper in between the albums. So if somebody open up the flap, they would take his newspaper in there, and ask me to carry the bag. Yo, hold this right quick. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, this walkout is good. And I'm doing it like a fool, not realizing this dude done stuff my whole bag for the albums. And then come out and start laughing. Yeah, I know Latif. Latif caught me and my man Amar for mad albums. He'll come over there. He been around too. He'll come over to come to our little studio and go through our records. Yo, let me hold this right quick. I'll bring it back tomorrow. To this day, Latif got at least 3 or 4 crates of our records. That's true.
That dude is dirty.
Everybody in the DR know Latif. Like this dude, I used to go to his crib up in Brookline. Like that dude. And my man said recently, my man Amar said recently, Latif came to his crib with a bag of tapes with drums on it. I said, dude, nobody uses tapes no more. But that's Latif.
A tape with drums.
A bag of tapes with drums on it. Latif still back in the days. Latif's crazy, man. But he called my man Brian for records. My man Quan run with Ugg for Cellar Dwellers and stuff, man. Yeah, this is a lot of history, man. I know a lot of cats, man.
Man, this world is too small, man.
Yeah, Latif goes in there for $9.50. I wonder how he did that.
I let him borrow it.
And he never gave it back.
Never gave it back.
Some cats caught Latif for all his equipment. So, you know what I'm saying?
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma.
They took all his stuff. Yeah.
Somebody probably got my S950. That's probably what they got.
I know they took his 3000. A couple of other things, man. He thought I had something to do with it. I was like, man, I don't need to take your stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he thought I had something to do with it, man. But nah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah.
So you dig for your drums?
Yep. Not no more though. I mean, let me not say that. I have a lot of drums, but my storage, I don't have a record player and all that. So what I do is because I know a lot of drums, I just go look for them online.
Okay.
Excuse me. But yeah, I have a lot of drums, man.
What's your favorite break?
Man.
Come on, man. Everybody got a favorite break.
A favorite break would probably be in Peace the President. That's a classic. It's not my favorite, it's one of the favorites. But if you ask me for drums, there's so many. I could go the If drums, the Love drums. I could go. It's so many drums.
The what drums? The Love drums?
Yeah.
What are the Love drums?
The Love drums is the joints that Pete Rock used for I'm trying to remember what joint he used. He might have used it for interludes. He did use it for interlude, but the Love drums is I got it on my computer, but
I know what you're talking about. I can envision the cover.
Boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
Those drums. Then you got the Once Upon a Rock. You know what I'm saying? Those drums, like those are drums Kanye always used. But I used to get Knots drums.
Oh yeah?
How much drums I got? Yeah, I used to get Knots drums. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, the drum man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what was your favorite use of Impeach the President? Like who used it the best to you?
Nobody. I think everybody did it in their own little style. You know what I'm saying? Marley used it for the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like Everybody, it's crazy. Nas uses spray. He do it. Everybody do it different. Everybody do it. I never heard something. I never heard a piece of president chop crazy. That's just like using
Like
superstitious. Like nobody. I think I like how Premier did the superstitious beat drums when he did Codes of the Streets. That was unique how he chopped those up.
my even though it's looped, I think Bloody Money is my favorite use of Impeach the President's drums. Just because that's probably one of my favorite songs from CNN.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah, Bloody Money.
yeah. And what's the joint? P Rock. P Rock, Grab Lover Robbo, Faking Jacks.
Oh yeah, Faking Jacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Those
still know
two.
it's so crazy. I met Pete Rock digging. Pete Rock. I was in the village one day. This is a true story. If you ever interview him, he probably tell you the thing. I knew Pete Rock before when he was rocking when he did joints with AZ, but we never really had a conversation until I went into the village one day digging, and I bump into him. I'm like, "Oh, what up, Pete?" And I'm saying, "Man, humble, good brother." And we was going through some records, and he's like, "Yo, you got this right here?" I'm like, "Nah." He said, "Yo, this is what Premier used for such and such." Oh, word, let me get that. I was just buying stuff because everybody using, but same thing with Easy Mo B, the village. The village, you run into everybody, run into Easy Mo B up there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then kind of find out Easy Mo B is tight with some family members of my brother. You know what I'm saying? He got great rapport with them. And every time I talk to them, I bring up Easy Mo B like yeah I know Mel and all them. So it's crazy, man.
I have never been like a digger to like get a record because another producer used it. I want a record that nobody's used.
That's true. But see, when I was coming up, it was like those were like gems, man. Because you was
Yeah,
like
except for the drums, except for the drum records.
to me, I think they was like gems. I think if you want, what I'm saying, like I get what you're saying, but for me, I was like, I wanted to have something that I know that's a class that somebody, the original somebody used, and the one
Yeah.
that the one that Pete Rock actually told me was the joint that Premier used for dun, 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 dun. Damn, I forgot the name of the song, but he's like, yo, this is what he used right here. And then then we talked about Knots. He's like, yo, you know Knots? I was like, yeah. I said, that's my man. Oh yeah, I want to do some shit with him, man. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, when I see him, I let him know. And I told Knots, yo, man, Pete was looking for you, man. Man, Pete, man. Yeah, so they good songs, man.
It's people like you that drove the price of records up.
Yeah,
Man, you
man.
can't find no damn Shelly Man record that's not $300.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you another story about Latif, man. Let me tell you one more story about Latif. let me tell you, let me tell you another story about Latif. So we goes to the record convention in the city.
I already
This
know how this gonna
dude,
go.
yeah, this dude here, boy. He for some reason he called me out to buying $150 album, and it was a Cannibal Alley album. And I said, yo, why I'm buying this album for? And the reason why I bought it is because it was Classic of a Date Break by the Tribe Called Quest.
Mhm.
That's the reason why I bought that album. He convinced me to buy that joint. He's like, yo, you gotta have this right here. And I still to this day, every time I see that album, it still got the price tags on it. And I just shake my head like, yo, what type of it's not even so much of that one. I think that one is called Souls of the Bible, but the other one's called Phoenix. Phoenix was $75. I bought the Phoenix album. And all this is because Lati. Now, not to mention, he got like 3 or 4 of them already in his coat. He when he goes steal stuff, he steal stuff like 3 or 4 of them at one time, and just to have extra copies. And sat there and let me pay all that money for that record when he could have just gave it to me. That's what he does, man.
Look, man, record conventions and record stores were his paradise for stealing.
Mhm.
He called it muffing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and muff these
yeah, that's
records.
exactly it. Y'all, he muff records for me. That's why I say he got about 3 or 4 crates of records, man. I be looking for. I'm like, yo, I know I had this in here.
He did
Yo,
he.
I go to his crib. This is his favorite line. Yo, remember you let me hold this right here? Nah, I ain't let you hold that, man. How you got this? You remember? And he tried to convince you, make you think that you let him hold it. Yo, you got this, man. You got this. That's what Latif does. I can call multiple people right now on my phone and have them on the speaker, and they would tell you exactly the same thing. That he does that to them. That's why none of us really mess with him now. Nobody mess with that dude, Latif, man.
That dude was banned from 5 record stores down here. Like they had his picture up at the register.
Wow. Wow.
That dude. Did he ever play the record that he used for The Worst for You?
He played I was in his crib. He played it before he even gave it to Onyx. It's the same joint that Premier used for the joint with when he with J. Rule the Damager and he changed the vocals is the same joint.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same joint. The same joint that what's the joint called when he changed the beat with Little Dap and all them? It's called Is It Speak Your Cloud? It's the same sample. Most of the stuff that Latif used, I already know what he did.
Okay.
I already know because he'll play it before when I go over there. I go over there and he'll play it before anybody. But I've been heard those joints. He's real. Now that dude's a chopper. People be saying not to chop, but Latif, I seen Latif chop some stuff and it's undescribable after he chop it. I'm like, yo, what the hell? And he like, yo, look, and he'll show you break it down. Yeah, Latif, that's one thing I can take it from. I can't take away. He is a chopper for real.
He played what's the record that he did for Buster that it only came out in
I know you're talking about.
UK. It's All Good. Is that the record?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Q-Tip record.
I thought it was too, but it's Latif.
Yeah.
You talking about he used the David T. Walker sample.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, David T. Walker. I got it. I know the drums and everything. I got it.
So G-Rock said, yeah, it's Speak Your Cloud.
Yeah, that joint. And then it's the part with it's the part with Little Dap and them rapping on. Doom, 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 doom. That's the sample.
I like the way Onyx used it though.
Yeah.
I love The Worst.
That's
got to be like outside of not Slam. What was the Onyx song where they rapping over like the Gilligan's Island sample? Like that might have. I think that was
Shut Him Down.
No, it was before Shut Him Down. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, maybe it was Is that Shut Him Down?
Shut Him Down. Shut Him Down. Shut Him Down.
No. It dun, 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 dun. I can't remember. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was Hard to Earn album. Yeah, that's the same sample, man. Doom, 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 doom. That's it. But yeah, Latif, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I've been around. I've been anybody that you can think of pretty much from. I even have a rapport with them, a good rapport with them. We know each other.
Beat Nuts.
Never met them, but I heard of them. Like they cool my man. They cool my man Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Butcher is G-Rap DJ. That's why I was.
Right.
That's my guy. You interview him, you gonna get a lot of stuff out of him too, man.
Oh man,
another cat, man. You know what I'm saying? He got stories for days. He give you a lot of inside G-Rap stories. You know what I'm saying? But Lost Professor and Nas and LL, like, that's my guy right there, man.
He was engineering, or was he just DJing?
He produced. No, him and CJ Moore. CJ used to rap too, but yeah, Butcher, that's my guy, man. Like them cats right there. And when you speak to Butcher, you're gonna get a lot of stuff from Execute. Like Butcher messed me up. A lot of routines that I ain't gonna blow them up. A lot of routines that them cats was doing, I was like, oh snap. And the crazy thing is, when me and Butcher actually met, I knew Butcher as a producer. And we chopped it up and all this, and I never knew Butcher was a DJ. So what happened was he sent me a video, and it blew my mind. Like, yo, he's like, yeah, that's me. That routine is me. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, son, I never knew you were DJ. Cause me and G Rap used to always talk. G Rap is the type of person he'd be like, he'd talk about, yo, man, you can't take rock radar out, blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, whatever, man. Rest is, God rest his soul, rock radar. But me and G tried to get me and rock radar to battle. He probably would have got me though, because at that time I was really heavy into production. Like, but DJ wasn't my thing anymore. But if he would have called me earlier, nah, he wouldn't have got me. I was crazy. I was running with Steve D. That's when Steve D was actually the first one that actually invented the X-Men, because I was part of it. I was the early X-Men when it was just Steve D and another dude. Diamond J was down, but I didn't never meet Diamond J till later on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when I was on, Steve D was the originator of X-Men. I know that for a fact, because I was there when he came up with the name, because at the time it was Superman. He's like, yo, man, when he won a new music seminar, he came up with the X-Men, and he's like, yo, come to my crib. I should go to his crib. And me and Butcher just talked about that recently. Yep. Like original X-Men.
Tell me a beat from another producer that you heard that blew your mind.
There's several beats, man.
The first one that comes to mind.
Busted Joint. Where We Take It. What's the name of it? I think that's the name of it. Tell Me Where We Take It or something like that.
What album? What album?
That was the first album. That was the I want to say the Elite. The Elite. Was it that one? Busta got so many daggone albums.
I'm looking
at that one, because it wasn't the first one. The first one was it was just, I think
it was on When Disaster Strikes.
Yeah, the Disaster Strike. He had the first, I think the first three joints. When I heard that joint, because when he played me the original, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy on the ASR 10. That I heard his joints. I heard
Scratch did that.
Which one?
So Scratch did the first.
Yeah, Scratch did the first joints.
He did the first 4 songs on When Disaster Strikes. The Uma did number 5.
Knots, I forgot which one Knots did, man. We'll be about to take it. That album.
There's a song called We Could Take It Outside, but it says DJ Scratch. I didn't know Aguila did a song on here. What? Damn, I gotta.
You talking about Adolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy too. Adolf's a crazy dude. I used to go to Adolf crib with Rampage. I have Rampage, man. See, it's so many.
No. I have that Rampage sample encased in plastic. I love that sample. Wild for the Night. I love that record.
Yeah, you got to speed it up though. I have Rampage. Me and Rampage was hanging out. You know what I'm saying? When Trackmaster had some artists, some female artists. One was Glaze New York, and I forgot the other sister name. But me and Rampage, I used to go get Rampage all the time. And we used to go to Aguilar house and chill over there. He used to live off Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Just go over there and chill out, man. He always had beats. And he always had that crazy ass deep voice. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He had like I want to say after the Adolf Assassin record, I think he might have had a record, a 12-inch on Game Records or one of them smaller labels where he had a record called Crookie Monster.
Mm-hmm.
That was fire. Like Adolf always had beats. Me, I just think that he got in the way of his success. To me, the way, like I see him arguing with dudes on social media. I'm like, you don't even have to go through all that, man. Just do music and let your music speak for you. Like you don't have to be like I seen them arguing with the Griselda guys. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
that's
just
that's
this
that, that's our ag. That's our ag. All you know, what's so crazy. When I was coming up, ag was actually who who um who Alchemist is today. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
ag been
right,
around for a long time. Like Alchemist came later on. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist is crazy too. Shout out to Alchemist, but Ag was actually who Alchemist is now. You know what I'm saying? Ag always had joints because Ag did joints with Buckshot and all them cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Way on and Rampage. You know what I'm saying? So he been around for a long time. It's just that he when he put out that Ghetto Girls joint, that's when he really started blowing up. But even before then, he was doing beats. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But he been around, man. Then he was doing a lot of stuff for free, like cats. You know what I'm saying? Just looking out for him, taking him on the wing, and they would get beats for him. So he did a lot of stuff on the strength, man. But
And he can rap.
he could rap. You know what I'm saying? He could rap. Ag is crazy, man. He's a talented dude too, man.
Yeah, I just need him to get back to rapping and doing music and
Yeah,
leave the dumb shit alone.
yeah, he got to, man. He got to. Definitely got to, man. But yeah, man. I've been around, man. I've been around, man. I've been around for a long time, man. I'm blessed, man. To still be around and speak and tell stories. When people
Right,
ask questions, man.
man.
Um,
That nigga Latif had the nerve to friend me on Instagram.
he on Instagram. Yo,
Yes.
tell me his Instagram. I'm about to hit him right now and ask him where my albums at, man. Don't have me sending goons at you, man.
It might just be like
Fly's
Latif.
crazy, man. When you get a
Hold on.
chance, send me his definitely Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But Lies dope, man. Lies dope. I can't take that away from him, man. This dude, we used to go to this dude crib, man, and I mean, me and DR joked them. Me and DR went over there to get some drums, and because Latif wants to be a jokester, man. And DR tore his ass up one day. He didn't want us to back over there. DR said, "Yo, your feet look like his balled up fists." Yo, cause he always take yo, DR told him about that day, man. He didn't want us back over there. His feet was mad ashy because he always walking around with his nothing on his feet. And he's like, "Yo, man, why your feet look like a balled up fist, man?" Look at I got mad. Like, yo, man, I'm about to yeah, man. So yo, that's about it, man. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. He got mad. He didn't want us back over there. I said, yeah. See, you always joking at everybody. DR got him though.
Right. Did you ever work with Skills?
Mad skills.
Yeah.
Nah, I know him though. He used to be in Knot Studio. He came to Knot Studio. I was working on my cousin A1 joint. I never got to work with him though. Good dude, humble
Okay.
brother though. You know what I'm saying? I'm real
Yeah,
humble.
yeah.
Man. Yeah, skills is
I'm
good dude, man.
I met Skills a couple times. One of the one I've never had an issue with none of the guys from VA like that I've met like Clips.
Mm-hmm.
Um
But
I
they really not from VA though, right?
where they from?
They from the Bronx.
Mm.
Yeah, Clips from the Bronx,
Y'all want to claim everybody.
huh? Nah,
Y'all want to claim
yo,
everybody.
ask Malice. Malice, tell you, they from the
I
Bronx.
believe you.
Nah, we not. Yo, listen, I rep 757. I'm from Brooklyn, but I live in VA. You know what I'm saying? That's everybody. Yo, where you from? Man? I'm from Brooklyn, but I resigned in VA. I've been down in VA for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing, I used to come to Maryland too. I come to Maryland to be more, and I used to come to Boogie because I had a cousin that lived up there. She passed away. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my good cousins. She lived in Boogie, and I was just talking to praise about that. Like, yo, I be in Boogie all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a traveling dude, man. I like to be all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to stay in one spot, man.
Where what state has the best records
Come on, man.
for digging?
For digging.
Don't say New York, man. Don't
I
say New
gotta
York.
say New York, man. Y'all already know. New York got the best diggers, man. But you ain't gonna find a lot of stuff out there. You gotta come south. I used to go to the store around the corner, not too far from me, called American Oldies. They got hit all off in that state in there. Like you can't find nothing, man. And then the thing is, now these record store owners they get hipped and they want to jack their prices up.
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
they going on Discogs.
Yeah. It tripped me out because I went and look up the joint I did for JINX. They had that joint on there for $200, man. I couldn't believe it. The joints I did with JINX with Pap on it on Discog for $200.
Dog, there are some record stores here. They don't have prices on them until you take them to the counter. And
Mm-hmm.
dude looks them up on Discogs and then gives you his price.
I need to. Yo, you know how many times people like homies ask me, yo, man, can I go through your collection of records? Nah, man. Nah. Yo, but
Yeah.
that's true story. Like if I was to sell my records, I would probably, if not, I would probably at least have, and I'm just a ballpark figure, probably at least 100,000 in some of my records, because some of them joints is classics, man. You're not gonna find them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying like they'll jack the price up. I know for that Cannibal Alley, I paid 200 for right now, $100. Well, I paid for a 200 to 100. I could easily get 500 for it, maybe even more. Just like the NPCs, it's just like how the 3,000. These cats want 7,000 for the 3,000. Then they want.
Yes.
I see somebody selling ASR 10 for 5,000. I'm like, dang, I had two of them. I sold one of Knots. I should have kept it. I still got one though. I got the digital screen one, but I sold Knots on the other one, man. But yeah, man. And everybody be like, yo, man, won't you sell me? Nope. I don't sell none of my equipment. I could go down the stair right now and show you half of my equipment. Machine,
Uh-oh.
all that.
Twizzy is on here. What up, Twist?
He tell you, what up, PD? It's my guy,
Yeah,
man.
Twizzy got the pet cemetery for machines over there.
Yeah, he
He
probably
got
got
that
every damn drum machine, man.
everything.
I be
SP
asking her like, yo, how
1200.
you think about that? Yo, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him because he had the NPCs with the studio. I'm
Yeah.
like, think about that, man. It's all right. We supposed to link up too, man. I just supposed to link up. We ain't get the chance to link up, man. So I gotta go check my guy, man. I ain't speak to him in a minute though, but
Like Twiz is one of my favorite producers. Like the stuff that he did with Born Unique,
mm-hmm.
that Wimbledon album,
Mm-hmm.
crazy Twiz. Crazy.
He be hard. He be holding out on beats, man. He supposed to been gave me some.
Yeah.
He holding out, man. I'm gonna have to come up there and kidnap you, Pete.
Man, Twist really, like, before Griselda, him and Born Unique had that sound. Like
Mm-hmm.
they had perfected that. Like Twist could do like an album with, any of those guys, and it'd be classic.
He always been dope though. Even back in Third Eye, he always been dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He always been dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to get some joints for him, man. But I got pictures with Pete and everything on my phone. We was at the beat clinic, man. We ain't see each other in a while. You know what I'm saying? But that's my guy, man. That's my bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't call too many people that, but that's my bro, man. But yeah. His studio, his Third Eye. Everybody know about Third Eye, man. Like if you from VA, you know about Third Eye. Then you ain't from VA, because everybody know about Third Eye, man.
So we have a lot of listeners not from VA. Tell them about Third Eye.
Third Eye is like the dungeon studio, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you go in there, you just not come in there with this ASR 10 and you bang out some joints, man. You play some joints, man. Like I heard a lot of joints in Third Eye, and it's in a cut. You know what I'm saying? You got to go in the back of the whole buildings, man, to get to the Third Eye studio, man. And then when you go in there daytime, you come out in the next day. You know what I'm saying? You could go in there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you coming out of that joint 12 o'clock the next day in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was.
Mhm. Lone Star Music. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Have you done any R&B?
Nah, I ain't doing
No
R&B.
R&B.
I don't know, but I mean, I wanted to shout out. I ain't gonna say, well, shout out to her and rest in peace. One of my
Oh
good friends,
man.
like when I was telling you about.
What up? So you were frozen the last 20 seconds, so we didn't hear who you said.
I ain't get to say anything. What I was saying was,
Oh,
now I was just waiting for you to say hold up. So I was like, oh, okay. So now, like we had said, you asked me, one of my memorable,
R&B.
the R&B joint, and then one of my good joints that I like. It's off my
Yeah,
man Ray Luger project, that's coming out. We got a joint with the sister from actually from your way, Genesis Days. She's real talented from out of Be More, man. And every time I listen to that song, it just kind of hit me because she was so talented. You know what I'm saying? That's my man Ramsey wife, man. She was so talented. We actually was supposed to work, and I actually was trying to get on Key Turner project, and so happened. She had got ill and went in the hospital and never came back out alive, man. And every time I listen to that
wow,
song, it just kind of hit me because I'm like, yo, just hearing her like, yo, man, sis, damn, So this joint is called On Guard. On Guard. It's a dope joint, man. I can't wait to release this project, man. But yeah, that's one of my joints, man. The Key got joints too. Like a lot of joints Key got is crazy. So those only really two artists I'm working right now. You know what I'm saying? And my team, I got a team. We got a lot of things coming with some. We got a lot of things in the work. As far as producers and all that stuff and material. But for right now, those like the main two. But we definitely still looking for artists and all that. So talented and ready to work artists. But those are the main two. That's family. So when y'all hear these projects, y'all gonna appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
definitely that joint On Guard, Ray Luger joint. That's one of my favorites, man.
All right, man. Looking forward to it. Hey, man, I want to thank you for blessing us with the stories
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
the knowledge, man. Got to bring you back on to like do something with like drum breaks
Oh
because
yeah.
I think
And
you
let
into
me know
drum.
so I can be prepared, cause I could I'll name all of them, but the thing is, like a lot of see the thing is, like I know a lot of stuff by name, so a lot of producers now they probably don't know by name. That's why I could call out certain
Mhm.
samples and like, oh yeah, that's such and such. A lot of these cats they don't know by names, and I'm saying, excuse me, if you're not a real digger, you won't know. You're just like, oh, I like that sound, I'm gonna go sample it. So yeah, that'd be dope, man. And when you next time
So
you do, just try to bring some other people in, man, some other producers, and we could get a little
okay.
thing going on where we could name our drums and all that type of stuff.
So I don't know if you were on the in the clubhouse when we were talking about the drum break that gets it's a drum break that's used on a lot of records like country, gospel, like put your hand in the hand. Like every time I see that song on a record, they always play the break differently. But I buy the record. But
Mm-hmm.
it's every record that has that song they use the break differently.
What
Like
break you
the
talking about?
drummer put your hand in the hand. You ever have you heard that break?
Nah, I probably did, but I gotta hear. I gotta.
You see it. So I don't even know who did the original because a lot of artists like in the 60s and 70s have played that song. Like they've, remade it. And
Mm-hmm.
every drummer has played it differently, but there's a break on every record that has that song.
Mm.
Like I found that song on a country record. I think Elvis did it. Um a lot of people just I think it's a gospel song.
Wow.
It's called Put Your Hand in the Hand.
Yeah, I'm about to check that out, man. I'm about to check that out. But yeah, man. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Anytime, man. He said, "What's the name of the clubhouse room? Which one?"
Uh yeah. So I didn't even have a name for this clubhouse room because uh I think before you get you can name a room, you have to host like 3 rooms
Mm-hmm.
consecutively. I just called it it was looping versus chopping.
Yeah,
That
Luke.
was that was what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Looping versus chopping. Like I do both, so I don't have a preference. Like
Yeah,
I'll
I do
loop.
both too.
Yeah.
I do
If
both.
I if
Drums will just be like, yo, I ain't touching these joints, man.
Yeah, if the drums are in there perfectly, like why even mess with it?
Right.
To me,
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my teams, man. You know what I'm saying? Funkster, DJ Static, my son JR Swift, Keith Turner, Ray Luger, my man Dr. Butcher, you know what I'm saying? My man Pete Twist, my man
Twizzy,
Gadget, you know what I'm saying, for having me. Who else I'm missing? My boy Toon Heads, you know what I'm saying? My man Cooch, my man DJ Stress. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all guys, man. Like, yeah, man. It's what we do, man. But like I said, whenever you get a chance, man, you can interview them. They definitely tell you some different stories, man. You know, there's a
okay.
lot of stuff that I held back, you know, because we would have been here all day, man. You know what I'm saying? But I gave you a little bit of description of some things, but yeah. And Amar Pep, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody.
Before you go, what do you think of AZ's new album?
Man, why you gotta do this to me, man?
I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Let me tell you something. I don't think he could have did no
Hold on,
dope.
hold on. But before a New York dude says, "Wait a minute," I already know what's coming next. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm just being, and I'm not saying this. I'm not even saying it because of the fact that you know, he lived around the corner from me. But shit's trash, man. I can't even lie, man. And I'm just being sincere with it. I think that the selective of beats. I think. See, the thing is with AZ. I'm gonna tell you the difference why Nas is still winning. AZ don't change. You know what I'm saying? AZ is not one. And this call I'm about to quote you right quick is the person who actually gave AZ the name. My man Shabar gave AZ knowledge itself, and he's told me this, and this was stuck with me ever since. He said, "Bro, if you don't change within time, you will die in time." And it stuck. That stuck with me. That Jew stuck with me too to this very day. And the thing is with AZ, he's not changing with time, and that's why anything he try to do is still dated from back when he was doing Sugar Hill. See what I'm saying? Like, I think, and because don't get me wrong, AZ is nice, but I just think that he's not critiquing himself to, or I want to say critique. He's not putting himself in a place where it's now. He's still thinking back then. Like you
Right.
could be
He,
lyrically
he
skilled like that you was back then, but bring it up to par. And that's the reason why Nas is going to continue to win because Nas is doing what's relevant right now. AZ is not. You know what I'm saying? I think the selected the beats and the same rhyme, the same pattern. Like you still talking about stuff that nobody's talking about back then. You know what I'm saying? You talking about hoes, baked rolls. Nobody's talking about that because it's not even like that no more. See what I'm saying? If he would change with the time now, I think AZ would be more successful in his selected beat. But see, this is what happened when, and I'm not even saying this being funny. This is what happened when you go outside of your field. Like when you have a homebound and you stay secluded to that, you're gonna be successful because then your real friends will tell you that ain't it. You know, you gotta change this, you gotta do this. See, but then you got a whole bunch of new friends who are gonna tell you, oh, son, that shit crazy, that's crazy, and it's not. See what I'm saying? So your new friends is the ones that just telling you anything because they want to be amongst you. But your real brothers, your family is gonna tell you the right thing. Nah, son, that's not the way you do. You should do it like this. That's why people, if you notice anybody that's more successful, they always got a team that they day ones. They never shit on their day ones. When you shit on your day ones and you go get a whole bunch of day two type of cats, your day two type of cats is going to tell you what you want to hear because they yes man. Your real cat's gonna tell you, son, nah, that shit ain't happening. And that's what's happening with AZ. You know what I'm saying? That's what happening with AZ. You know what I'm saying? That's why he will always pitch that yo source, let's do that AZ and Nas because he's still trying. He need that to bring him back, but I don't even think that's gonna help him. I just think that his selective choice of music and his conversation have to change, and the right people that he needs homebound will make him change that, and then he could be more where he used to be because they're gonna tell him the truth. They're not gonna tell you stuff that he want to hear. You see what I'm saying? And that's it.
Mhm.
You know what
Beef
I'm
and
saying?
Brock. Thanks for the follow on Clubhouse.
Thanks, bro. But
Yeah,
yeah,
follow Jay Swifts on Clubhouse. Follow me on Clubhouse. I'm just Gadget on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm Jay Swift, the producer. You know what I'm saying
Yeah.
DA producer. But yeah, bro, like that's just I'm just keeping it honest. Kind of like the same thing with Pat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing like with Pat. I think when you lose your elements of what you originally started from, you're never gonna get that back because you got a whole bunch of yes mans around. You got people that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. But your real brother gonna tell your son that shit ain't popping, man. You gotta change that shit. Change that. Do it like this, and that's when you know. And
There
that's why, for me personally, I keep the same type of people amongst me to this very day. Whether we doing everybody doing their own thing, but I could make a phone call. Yo, son, what you doing? Yo, what you think about this? And they gonna tell me the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you know you got real good, genuine friends and brothers
right.
among the corner, man.
I never got the whole label war for Papoose. I never understood why there was a label war for Papoose. Because it and this is coming from only hearing this is only from hearing alphabetical slaughter. After that I never listened to the mixtapes. I didn't really listen to anything from
That's
Pap
because
until
that's because the whole Benton War came up because again, when you got somebody new and they a spitter, like Pap is a spitter, you would pretty much so the whole not to go too much into detail about the whole Pap thing, you know what I'm saying? Um I just think that I think a lot of people that came amongst Pap was opportunists. You know what I'm saying? They came around because it was an opportunity for them to generate revenue off of him instead of just worrying about his career. I think that's what may have happened with Pap. I know for sure, when we was rolling together, you know what I'm saying, as a unit, as a family,
Mhm.
Pat was good. You know what I'm saying? Pat was good. Pat Pat understood what it takes to be successful. But again, excuse me, everybody that Pat was amongst started, separating. My man Born True passed away. I left to go to Virginia. JINX caught a bid. JINX wanted to run around the street. Ike in for dime. So he was left to start with a whole bunch of new and a whole new family, which was K Slade. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with that because K Slade put him in position where he was able to get a deal. Or now what happened
Right.
after that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't affiliated at the time. But we were still conversating back and forth. But when it came to his career, after I left, I don't know. Like, only Pap will have to tell you that. But for the most part,
Yo, these motherfuckers is wow.
they crazy. But for the most part, yeah. A lot of people come around when they see that you the next star coming up, and they can feel like they could capitalize off you. And I just think that might have been the case with that. But he's still dope. I did a
Yeah, yeah,
couple.
yeah. So every I've liked most of his stuff after that album on I think it was on RCA. I've liked mostly
Nothing
every
in between.
yeah, I liked everything after that.
They never put it out though. They never
It never
released.
ca- wow.
They wound up bootlegging it. You know what I'm saying? They never released it. You know what I'm saying?
So I might
Yeah,
need
but
to
if
go
you'd
on
heard
that.
the original one, the original one was way, way, way better because he had some hitters on there. You know what I'm saying? But Pap in good position, man. He's doing what
Yeah,
he got to do. He I don't know if he told the world, but he shared something with me, and that's why he's doing these mixtapes now. I was honored to be a part of that. I'm trying to get him to let me do a whole album with him before things happen, but I
right.
understand what he's trying to do. So
Okay. All right, so we gonna look out for that. And what's the project that you said you put out?
right now, it's gonna be Ray Luger, American Soil, The Purge,
Okay.
and then Key Turner's untitled right now. But look out for both of them. But Key Turner and keep your eyes open on my son, man. Me and him talked about doing some things too. So you might even see me and Jr. actually doing a project together. You know what I'm saying? With various different artists. So we trying to take care. He's still working on other things, and I'm still working on these two projects. So then we got my man Static about to drop. It's a joint. Funk about to drop a joint, so yeah, man, we just definitely working, man. Definitely working.
Okay. I appreciate you, bro. Like, thank you for hooking me up
Appreciate
with the
you,
other
man.
guys' info.
I appreciate you, man. But yeah, definitely. Like I told you, I'm gonna flood you, man. And these just good people, man. You get a lot of information. I'm saying anything you want to know about history and all that, as far as music goes, you know,
Right.
definitely, definitely, man. Yeah, Key Turner is crazy. I'm saying she's on the Knots Woman Project, and she's working on her album joints coming out crazy. So yeah, yeah,
All right,
bro.
man.
Appreciate
Appreciate you.
appreciate you. But anything I could do, man, you got my math. Hit me up, man. I'm here, man.
Yes, sir.
And if you
All right,
don't come
bro.
out, I'm saying, hit me up, tag me in. I'll be in there, how we do.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to get me, you, and Latif on Clubhouse.
Oh
So
my, yo, you send me his stuff, man.
I'm gonna
Yo,
send it to you. I'm gonna
yo,
send it to you.
don't do that, man, because you gonna hurt that man feelings, man. Yo, he gonna be like, yo, not for nothing, yo, you got that joint. Yo, where my records at? Yo, man.
Where's my S950 at?
Yo, he gonna make up something. He gonna make up something, man. Trust me. He
Yeah.
don't get his way out of it. He might just tell me he had a phone call just to get out the room. Yo, I got a phone call. But yeah, bro. Yeah, I appreciate this gadget. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Like I said, I'm gonna send some more people your way. Um,
Thank you.
whatever I could do, bro. Just let me know, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm here for the culture.
No doubt. Same here, man. But we'll build. You got my math.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
peace.
bro. Juvie 208. Thank you. Appreciate you. Another great interview. Um, I think I'll let you. I got another interview. I think we're gonna do Tuesday night. I'll let you know who that is. Big surprise. But the next interview is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You know how we do. I'm gonna have a different hat on, and we're gonna go from there. Thank you for the again, Lone Star. Thank you for the super chat money. I appreciate it. It helps me keep the channel running. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Special guest. You'll see. I'll probably let you guys know tomorrow night who it is when I put the flyer up. All right. Peace. Enjoy your weekend. Dig safely and stay away from Latif's record stealing ass.